What's up guys, welcome to Blake's Garage. So today I need to replace a couple items on the Berty E30. Last weekend I ripped the motor mounts basically out of the car, the engine shifted, the oil pan, the little drain plug on there actually hit the skid plate because it moved over so much that it knocked off my oil drain pan. So I'm glad I didn't put that Fumoto on there. However, I have some sort of random replacement one on there that someone had put on at one point. Not sure if the threads are stripped out, but still rocking that thing. I actually think it'll be okay as long as I don't break another motor mount. However, I have a solution for that, so let me show you what I got. These bad boys right here, Cordistic polyurethane motor mounts. So these are a really good motor mount. These are super solid, and the bolt actually is removable, so you can see it's got some grade 8 hardware on there, so very nice. And let's go ahead and throw these in the Berty E30. Bert, you want to come outside? Bert wants to come out and play.
Well, hey there guys. So, yep, we're gonna replace these motor mounts, and then we're gonna see how it goes. I think I'm gonna go run off over that way.
These are the harder durometer polyurethane bushings. These are the ones that are better for track and autocross. They're not the solid bushings, however, I mean, man, those things, those feel pretty dang solid. So I mean, you're not gonna get a lot of movement out of these. They do have the more, you know, of a softer durometer polyurethane, which is a little bit better for street driving. However, I'm not really worried about that. So also in the future too, I'm gonna do the subframe reinforcement. I don't think I'm gonna do that right now because well, I got other things that I want to do with the front subframe and with the steering rack and all that stuff. So I figure I'll just kind of do that whole front subframe thing all at once I get all those parts, and that'll work out good. So yep, I'll be doing these down the line, so look forward to seeing a video of welding these bad boys on. I'll be doing the polyurethane transmission mount as well, so I'll probably do those in another video. I'm gonna do the motor mounts in this one, but always a good idea to do both of those, that way all your connections stay nice and solid. Oh yeah, M20 goodness. Look at that, nice. So if we look right down here, this is the motor mount on the passenger side, and you see, well, that's a chunk of rubber, so that's obviously not super good. So you can kind of see where it's completely separated and it's coming off. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get down in there with a wrench and remove that top bolt. Shout out to Petrol Box on these gloves last month. I think it was last month. These things are awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Petrol Box, check it out because they always send you awesome goodies. Some really good stuff you can actually use, which is cool.
Yeah, that's true, guys. You should definitely get a Petrol Box if you haven't, okay? Because it's me, Bert, and I love petrol. It's great.
Taking a 17 mil, just a regular wrench, try to get down in there. Not a ton of room to play around with right there, which is great, always good. So I put a little bit of PV Blaster down on that bolt. I'm gonna let that soak in. I'm actually gonna go over to the passenger side, and I'm gonna remove all of the components you need to remove here to access this side's motor mount, which is fairly simple here. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is remove this connection right here. Just go ahead and place that to the side. Then you have a few 10 mils down here in the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my 10 millimeter wrench, and we're gonna remove the airbox real fast. Oh yeah, all the screws. Give it a couple twists and bam, that thing's out of there. And my 10 millimeter nut that I dropped, because as we know, we always drop those, gotta love it. Now one nice thing about this car is you can see I got a newer alternator, so that's a bueno right there. But now, you guys see how close that power steering pump is to that, like, well, I have like a ghetto nut down there that's a drain plug that has actually been rubbing against, and right now my fan is literally hitting, you hear that, against my radiator. So yeah, if you guys hear weird noises, click clack 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 clack, it could be that. So don't let that happen to you. Don't rip your motor mounts in half and have your fan not work, because that's not It's not good. It's not good. This side is a lot more of a pain in the ass to get down in there, but the motor mount is down there. Let's see what we can do. So I was able to go from the top of the car and I was able to get right down in there and remove the bolt. Two 17 millimeters on each side. Used a little bit of PV blaster. That definitely helped out a bunch. I love this stuff. You cannot wrench without it. So also guys, I want to show you my two favorite tools, and they're not what you would think. This guy right here, this creeper, I love this thing. Saves my back, saves my clothes, saves me from running under. And then that, just a freaking knee pad. Put your knees on it, boom, you're good to go. These two things like just save you so much. It makes working on cars not so bad. When you don't use these things, you get all scratched up on your back, your knees get all banged up. Not fun. I just jacked up the car, put two blocks under each side, put my jack underneath there with a piece of wood on it on the oil pan, just lifting up the engine a little bit. You can see it's just pressing up on that. Got a good distributed equal load. Let me show you this freaking motor mount right here. Okay, so you see that piece? That's supposed to have a big piece of rubber attached to the one end, but it'll toasted arrows. I have it jacked up on the passenger side here, and I'm actually using the lower air conditioning mount. That looks like a really nice solid flat side. That way I can jack up this side of the engine. And again, you can see this piece still has the bolt on it, and it's up like an inch. And there is the other piece of my motor mount. So I really don't know why I didn't replace these earlier. Kind of one of those things, you break it and then you upgrade it, right? That's how I always do it. So this is something that broke. Obviously both sides of the engine were just chilling, just hanging out. So it's shifting side to side, brum, brum, doing some cool torquey stuff. But yeah, there's that piece. So now, boom, there it be. There it be, there it is. You can see that thing is just freaking destroyed. Yep, nice little piece of rubber that has been completely torn in half. So, inspecting my subframe real quick. My subframe actually looks like it's still intact, so that's good. I don't have any cuts or tears or rips there. Like I said, I do want to do that reinforcement. However, I'm not going to do it today because I just got to get the car going again. That's going to be more of a project to undertake, and I'll probably do that when I do a few other things. I want to upgrade the power steering rack. I want to put in an E36 power steering rack. I'm going to change out the tie rods. I'm going to do some stuff with the steering, relocate the Ackerman angle, things along those lines. So when I do all that, I'll probably just rip the subframe out and do that all at once, since that's all kind of front end stuff. I'm gonna slide the new bushing in here. Slide the new, whoops. This one is actually a through bolt style, so you know you're breaking something, so you're really not gonna break these things. I got the bolt in there, I got it through. There's the motor mount, the piece that attaches to the engine right there. There's the actual new poly mount. Got the bolt going through, poly locked nut at the tip there, and I'm not gonna cinch that down yet because I gotta do the other side first. So we'll go ahead and do the same process on that side. The old jack torque technique, breaker bar definitely helps. So yep, that thing's pretty much out of there. Old parts, not so much. Yeah, that's not a two-piece design. And then new parts. Thank you, Garage-Stick, but this ain't gonna break no more, so that's good. We'll have to break the subframe in half before we get that motor broken. You know what I'm talking about? I could just take my two 17mm wrenches, put them on top of these things, and get them all torqued down. Okay guys, so I got the motor mount all cinched down in there. It's looking good. Both sides are tightened down, so now I can go ahead and reinstall the stuff on top. So I don't really feel like showing you guys reinstalling the air filter because that's just not really that exciting. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. 3 bolts, you took it off, you'll put it back on, but whatever. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Check out the link below if you want to pick up some of these motor mounts from Garage-Stick. Got a link there, so that is great. Also PV Blaster, I'll try to put a link down for that as well because PV Blaster is awesome, always helps me out in a time of need, which is really good. And yeah, cars coming together. I think what I'll do next is film another video for you guys. So talk to you soon. Later guys, and wrench on. Oh yeah, We got these Berty 30 t-shirts. This is the 1.0 t-shirt, 2.0 t-shirt coming out soon, because as you can see, the car has made a little bit of changes. Also, I'm gonna have some new merch coming out as well. A couple new t-shirts, I think I'm gonna do one limited edition one that's just gonna be a quick run, and I'll let you guys know about that. And then I have a new design, which I think is freaking awesome. So we'll talk to you guys soon later, and wrench on, guys.